For exercise 10, we're going to make a presentation with 7 slides. So click File, New, click Blank Presentation, and you should be given an empty title slide. And so where it says click to add title, click and type in Multimedia Presentation, and the subtitle you can add your name. When you're done with one slide, you can click Insert and click New Slide, and you can add a second slide, in which case this one is the title and text layout. And so click here and type in media types. And you'll notice that where it says click to add text, when you click, your insertion point goes where the bullet is, and you can begin typing. When you finish one line and press enter, a new bullet automatically appears. So we don't have to add bullets, they come automatically. When you're finished typing the second slide, you can go insert and click new slide again, or you can press Ctrl plus M on your keyboard. Let's try that. Ctrl plus M, and that produces a third slide. The third slide layout is one that's called Title, Text, and Clipart. So I will choose this layout, and so that provides us with a title, room for text, and a section here for Clipart. So click and type in Clipart and begin typing the text. Once you've finished typing the text, double-click the Clipart icon here, and when the Select Picture dialog box comes up, in the search text box, type in Panda, click Go, and you may have to wait a couple of seconds while the computer is loading up different pictures from the internet. When you find a picture that you like, click it once, then click OK, and that picture that we select should appear in your document. Okay, once we finish slide 3, click Insert New Slide or press Ctrl M, and we have to go down to find another layout that's called Title, Text, and Content. Okay, so click that. Okay, and begin to add the title and all the text. And once you finish typing the title and the text, right here you've got 6 options, but the one that we're going to look for is the Insert Picture option. You click it once, and then the Insert Picture dialog box appears, and you're going to have to look on your computer. I've put a picture on the desktop, but at school you will be looking inside the S drive or the network drive, and once you locate a picture called Mallorca, you can insert it, and that picture should now appear in your slide. Okay, press Ctrl M to make another slide and type in the text. For this slide, it's movies, and I forgot, but it's not too late to change. I can change the layout again to Title, Text, and Content, and I can begin typing the text. So after I finish typing the text, I have to find a button here called Insert Media Clip, and it's this one right here. And where it says Search Text, I will type in running, and I will look for media clips that have people running. So click Go, and again you may have to wait a couple of seconds because the computer will look on the internet for images and movies. The first one here is the one I want. I will click OK, and that movie clip is now part of my slide. Keep in mind that you can always resize objects, and that looks pretty good. Just as a note, you can always change your mind about layouts. For example, we chose this layout first, title, text, and content, but If I click the title, content, and text button, you'll notice that it switches the location of the different objects. So if I want the text on the right, I can click this one. If I want the text on the left, I can click this one. But I have to resize this image now. Okay. All right. Press Control plus M to make another slide. And this time around, we're going to pick blank slide, because for this slide we have to insert a text box, and in that text box we have to type the following words. Okay, so click the arrow to hear a sound and move to the next slide. Now what that requires is you have to go down to where it says Auto Shapes. In case you don't see this toolbar here, you may have to go to Insert, View, Toolbars, and Drawing in order to see this toolbar. So View Toolbars Drawing will produce this toolbar called Auto Shapes. Once you have Auto Shapes, you can click here, go to where it says Block Arrows, select the right arrow, then click and drag and position an arrow. You can resize it however you see fit so that it looks like this sample. And once you've got that arrow, we're going to turn this arrow into a button. Okay. In order to make this arrow a button, please click Slideshow. Okay. Then click Action Settings, and this dialog box will appear. And currently on mouse click nothing happens because none is checked off, but if you click the button next to hyperlink, we will hyperlink to, and you've got a bunch of choices here, but we will hyperlink to the next slide. So that means when we click the arrow, it will move to the next slide. And down here we don't have anything next to play sound, but if we check off this box, we now can choose from a short list of sounds. So for example, we can click applause, and that means when we click the button we should be able to hear some applause. Okay, the last slide, we will go Insert, New Slide, and we will produce the last slide. For the last slide we can simply pick the title slide layout and add in all the text. So now that we've finished the last slide, we can click this button, which will start the slideshow, but we may have to click the first slide so that it starts on the first slide and not the last slide. And so this is what your presentation should look like. You've got a title slide, then you've got a first slide with a title and text, then you've got a slide with a title, text, and Clipart, another slide with pictures, text, and a picture, and then you've got a movie in this slide which features an animation. And this is slide 6, and watch, if I put my arrow over the arrow, it turns into a hand, which means that this is actually a button. And if I click it, I can actually hear applause. Now the video might not, you might not be able to hear the applause on this video, but on your presentation you should be able to hear the sound. And that's all there is to doing exercise 10.